Hey there, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing my May TBR, so all of the books that I want to try and get to in the month of May. I normally try and read 5 books per month, but that has just not been happening the last couple months. But I'm still going to go ahead and put 5 books on my TBR and hopefully I can get to them. But before we go ahead and get on into the TBR, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as the little bell icon so you can be notified every time I post new bookish content. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and sometimes other days throughout the week. Also, don't forget to check down in the description box for links to my social media, my Discord, and my Patreon, where you can be entered into winning book giveaways. The first 2 books I'm going to be talking about are the buddy reads for the month of May. The first one is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This is a gothic classic that was written in 1938, and it was chosen by my Patreons to be the book that we buddy read for May. Every single month they have the opportunity to vote in a book that we read together, so this is what they chose. I'm glad that they chose a classic, a gothic classic, because I've been like itching for either a thriller or something kind of creepy, and I feel like that'll satisfy that. But in this book, we follow a woman who just got married to a man that she doesn't really know, and she is swept away to his seaside manor. And once she gets there, she just finds that there's a lot of, I guess, reverence towards this man's previous wife, whose name was Rebecca. It's almost as if she's still residing in the house, but I think that she's dead. The servants, the housekeeper, still kind of acts like she's alive. And this woman, whose name I don't even know, starts to research and investigate what really happened to her husband's ex-wife. And I've just heard that it's atmospheric, that Daphne du Maurier has beautiful writing, and that it's creepy and gothic, and I'm just all about that. So if you're interested in buddy reading Rebecca with us, go ahead and click the Discord link down below, and we'd love to have you. The next book is also a buddy read book, and that is Escape Reality by Kayla Frost. This is an independently published adult sci-fi novel, and it sounds really cool. But in this book, we follow, I think it's a cyborg or an android. I think maybe a human. I don't know, but it's some sort of being that has also mechanical parts and implants. Her name is Edith, and we follow her journey as she wakes up on a prison planet, like a corporate prison planet, and cannot access her memories. Her implants have been damaged. She has no idea how she got to this planet, and she starts to investigate why she's there, who might have sent her, how she ended up there, and why is it important as she regains her memories. Definitely a book that sounded interesting to me when I first came across it, and I'm super pumped to read it. So once again, thank you, Kayla, for sending this to me. I can't wait to read and review it. The next book I'm going to be reading is Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. This is book 3 and the final book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy. So I am hosting a read along for this series, and it's definitely one that has really captured my interest, and just the stakes are so high, and I've just really enjoyed my time being in this world. And if you don't know what the Live Ship Traders is about, it takes place in the same world as the Farseer trilogy, but in a different part. We're not in the Six Duchies, we're in a place called Bingtown, and there are these things called live ships that are created by the Rain Wild people, and they are purchased by the Live Ship Traders, who are these families that settled Bingtown. And over multiple generations, these ships actually quicken, meaning that they become alive and gain sentience, and they are very loyal to their family. They are considered part of a family, and they help the families become wealthy and prosperous because they are just elite trading ships. And we're following the Vestrit family, who has kind of fallen on hard times in their ship Vivacia, and we're following a pirate named Kenneth, whose single goal in life is to get a live ship. So there's a multiple cast of characters. There's a lot of mystery and intrigue with regards to the Rain Wild people and their magical abilities. We have a lot of high stakes. And once again, with Robin Hobb, if something's going to go wrong and can go wrong, it will go wrong. But I've heard that this book just rips your heart out and shreds it, but I'm totally here for it, and I can't wait to see how Hobb decides to wrap up such a good trilogy. The next book I'm going to be reading is Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. So this was chosen by one of my patrons. One of my patrons can choose a book off of my physical TBR for me to read and review, and Patrick chose Prince of Thorns. I actually just got this series. Michelle, another one of my patrons, sent me the entire trilogy, so thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Patrick. I finally get to start this series. I have never read a Mark Lawrence book, and I honestly didn't know that you probably should read them in order. I know that the books, or at least this and the Red Queen's War, takes place in the same world. I've heard that this is his most grimdark series, and that our main character is not likable at all, that he has sociopathic tendencies, he's violent, he's not redeemable. And I feel like if I go into the series knowing that that's the purposeful way that Lawrence wrote this character, then I'll be able to stomach it a little bit more. But in this series, we follow Jorg, our main character, and he is supposed to be ruling over this kingdom. And someone came in, I guess the antagonist came in and murdered his family, and he was on the run. So we're following basically a revenge story as he attempts to get back what was stolen from him. And I just heard that it's really dark, but I am prepared for it. I'm here for it. It's a very short book, definitely a quick read. Patrick said it's a super quick read. So I'm excited to start it and read my first Mark Lawrence book. You know, I need more grimdark in my life. So yeah, another series in 2021 that I wasn't anticipating starting, but I'm very excited to. And lastly, this is a book that I'm going to put on my TBR, but I might not get to it. This will just be if I finished everything else. And that is Empire of Ashes by Anthony Ryan. This is book 3 in his Draconis Memoria series. And this is a series that I really need to finish. I read book 2, I think in 2019. So I really don't want to go too long without finishing the series. But it is a very dense series and it takes me a while to get through, and I don't have the audiobook for it, which usually helps me get through these big books quicker. But I really loved the first 2 books, and Anthony Ryan is quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. I've already pre-ordered his new book, The Pariah, which comes out I think in August. So I'll probably order anything that he puts out. The reason that I like this series so much is that we're following a world that deals with dragons, and dragons used to be harvested for their blood, and certain people can ingest their blood and get certain abilities. It's incredibly political. There are 2 different kind of entities that are going at it to control the dragon blood, but it's getting harder and harder to find dragons to harvest them. And in the first book, a group of people went on a mission to find this infamous white dragon that is said to have prophetic abilities. And they went to this kind of like abandoned city, and which is like one of my favorite tropes. There's also a lot of seafaring scenes in here. We follow a character that is the captain of a ship. We follow a female character, Lizanne, who is a spy, and she is just all about getting the job done. And then we follow Clay, who is one of the people that has abilities and can ingest the dragon blood, and he is on this mission to try and get this white dragon. And I'm just really excited to see how the 3rd book ends. I think this might become one of my favorite fantasy series, and it's one that I don't want to put off for too much longer, especially considering that I want to start his new book in August. This one got to get read. So I do want to make this book a priority, and I really want to try and get to it. All right, you guys, so that is it for my May TBR. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books or what you are reading in May. Also, be sure to check out the description box if you're interested in buddy reading either Rebecca or Escape Reality, and I will see y'all soon in another video. Goodbye.